What is going on, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Just cleaned up the sprayer. Gonna get to patching up this mess that I've created here. So it is a public holiday today, Monday the 9th of June. So instead of sitting in front of the warm fire this afternoon, enjoying the glorious 28 millimeters of rain that fell over the weekend, I'm doing a patch up job here on the sprayer, but can't blame anyone else but myself, can I? So we're going to pull that breakaway section off the end. Still haven't got any clarity on parts, so I was talking to Luke about it and he said bring it around to his. He's got a press. We're going to try and straighten it and just weld a patch over it. I'll get the new stainless pipe on order tomorrow, and yeah, we'll be able to get this thing hopefully mobile again within the week. But anyway, we'll see how it all pans out. Dad, well, I don't know how much availability Dad's going to have because he's not here at the moment. Unfortunately, Grandma looks like, well, she's quite crook, so put it that way. Not sure that he'll be around much, so might have been a good thing that I stoved that into a tree, and then I can maybe get a contractor in to help me with finishing seeding. So look, I've only got 40 hectares of my own crop left to put in. Dad's got quite a bit. We've got to go out to Belalee, and he'll probably be waiting on a weed germination on a couple of bits and pieces, and it's just going to drag on, unfortunately. But we are sort of at the pointy end of seeding. It's just where well, you can see there's supposed to be a few sort of showers blowing through today, just real light misty stuff, and it's supposed to be like that for most of the week, I think. So yeah, it may slow us right down. Oh, right, what are we going to do here? We'll pull these right off. Now, anyway, someone did say to me in my last video that went live, I was talking about why we're even out seeding, given how dry it is. Well, this situation that we're in now is exactly why, because it's, what did I say, the 9th of June. We could possibly not get any seeding done for the whole week here if it does stay quite drizzly and showery and all this sort of stuff. I don't think that will happen, but that's exactly why, because it goes from, it could have been in, the crop could have been in 3 or 4 days ago and it would be germinating now, to it's going to be a week or two down the track. And at this time of year, that's a long time. It's cold. So that's why we're out there, because there's been plenty of times where we're sitting around waiting for a season-breaking rain, and then we get it, and it just gets wet and miserable and horrible out there, and you're just fighting the weather the whole time. So it's good to be proactive, get some crop in the ground. So all in all, it's late. It's a couple of weeks late, the season break on average. It's not the end of the world. We've grown plenty of great crops, putting them in still at this time of the year. It just really depends on what the spring does. Been belting on this pin for a while and I can't get it, so oxy time. Oh yeah, copped a bit of a spray of grease there on the face when I was doing that, but finally got him off. She's in the back, heading around to Luke's now. We'll see what we can do with it. Obviously, yes, I could have probably cut it off at home and welded another piece of steel on there, but we didn't have anything on our steel rack that size, no RHS or anything really long enough to do the job, so I was going to have to make a trip somewhere anyway. That pin was going to have to come out eventually when the new breakaway section arrives, so I'm just, I don't know, getting the hard stuff out of the way now. Anyway, we'll see what we can do with it. But how about that 28 millimeters? Oh my goodness. Right, so we're back and this is how we're looking. Yesterday, cut out the bent section because there is about a foot or a foot and a half of overhang on the end of the boom, so we cut that section out. We then put the nice square end, which was down that end, we flipped it over, put it back here, welded it, braced it, and she's ready to go back on. And you might be saying, Henry, you probably could have just cut that and swung it around. You probably didn't even need to pull that section off the boom. You could have just done that here. Yeah, I probably could have, but two blokes, two sets of hands, all the right tools, a press, nice set of stands, TIG welder, all that stuff just made it super quick. It was a couple of hours in and out done. Straightened out these bits of stainless, new thread on the end, looking $1 million. That'll get us mobile for now. It's obviously not a permanent fix, but hopefully we can get this thing moving again now with that. Not too bad for a patch-up job. It does go that way a little bit, but it's not permanent, so it'll get us out of trouble for now. It has really blown in again out here, guys. It's quite miserable. I just had to go out to the feedlot and check the sheep out there. Needless to say, I didn't take you guys with me, but you might be saying, why don't you move around into the shed, Henry? Well, I like my punishment raw, and there's a saying that goes, F around, find out. Well, I F'd around to a sufficient level to find out what it was that I needed to find out, and I didn't like it. Just really ingraining this one into the memory banks. Step out into the rain with me, folks, into the misty, drizzly rain. Let's have a look how we're going. This is how we're going at the moment. We are getting oh so close. Now, it's not perfect. You can see there's still a bit of a snake in the stainless, but it's going to get us out of trouble for now. There's a bit of a curve in that breakaway section as well. It's not perfect, but geez, it looks pretty damn good for something that just got absolutely poleaxed on a tree. But yeah. This is also just long enough. I don't have to do anything here. This is protected, which is nice. So yeah, we cut about 1 foot off and it still reaches, no problem at all. And I still need an auto height sensor. That, I believe they have that in Bullaroo, so that'll be good. And then I just need some 1-inch chemical hose, which I don't think I have enough here. I should be able to get that in town though, I reckon. But overall, I don't know. I think it looks pretty decent for something that just got smashed, and yeah, it's going to keep us moving, which is fantastic. But what I got to do now is I just got to come along and spin these nozzle bodies over. I just want to go to our winter spraying nozzle. Now, a few of these need some new seals in them, so I'm probably just going to pull most of them off, put new seals in them, and I might even clean the nozzles out because they haven't been used since last winter. So just do it right. I'll just clean and put them back on. They've probably got a bit of crap in them. I don't really know, but I have still been on the summer spraying nozzles. We've just been doing pre-ems, so pre-emergent, so I've just been using a nice big extra coarse droplet size, just trying to get that product down on the ground. Now we're heading into winter, we've had some rain, we'll be dealing with some weeds. We want to go back to a finer droplet size, better coverage over the weeds, and then yeah, I'll have to leave it on those anyway because then it's grass freeing and so on and so forth. Anyway, I am just going to keep chipping away here. It's pretty wet and cold and miserable, so I'm just going to leave the camera in here. There's nothing too exciting going on, and I'll see you guys later. We'll see how far we get. So after what has been a little bit of a gloomy start to this episode, caused by yours truly, obviously, there's been a little bit of excitement, a little bit of light shone down upon me, and that was through the visit of a couple of people from Central Header Parts in Victoria. Hang on a second. So yes, thank you Phil and Alicia for visiting the farm. They've actually come out here, said hello, introduced themselves and dropped off a few bits and pieces, a few samples for me to have a look at and a play around with and a try. And I thought I'd show you guys what we got in the box here. So it looks like we've got an oil filter there. We've got a couple of beanies, shirt. We've got, oh yeah, some knife guards for the Johnny. Both different styles there by the looks of it. We've got a few knife sections, lovely. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think these might be the wear strips or the feed strips for the feed accelerator or the discharge beater. I'm not too sure, but be able to throw those on and give them a whirl and see how they wear. Oh, and in this one we've got a fuel filter kit, I would say, for the 9 litre Johnny. Lovely. That is awesome. That is absolutely unreal. Thank you so much, Phil and Alicia, for stopping by and dropping that off. That was the little pick-me-up that I needed at the moment, so I'm extremely grateful. Now, I will list Central header parts, all their information down in the description below. If you're looking for any parts for your header, you can go over and check them out. Now, they don't just do header parts, they got tractor parts and a whole bunch of other stuff on there, so definitely go over and have a look, and thank you again. Alright, so here's where we're at the moment. I've pretty much got this all back together. I've got all the parts. It is as good as it's going to be until it's fixed properly. I'm going to run some water through the boom. I've just put some fresh water in. Since we cut and shut and welded and whatever else has happened here, just want to blast anything out of the lines before they go through the nozzles. All the nozzles are cleaned out, new seals put on them. So we'll yeah, run some water through, check the nozzles, and then I'm going to try and head out and get into some insecticide over the canola. I ended up doing my whole canola program because I'm mad, you know. We had no sprayer at the time, and I thought, well, it's another 55 hectares done, it's not that late in the season yet. If we can get it, you know, in the ground and germinating before the 5th or 6th of June or whatever it was. So it just happened. It happened, but unfortunately it all needs an insecticide over it because, well, it's about $50 a hectare for the seed, and I don't want any bugs eating it. I was thinking that I would put some barley in that paddock this year, but we're still doing wheat. We got to go out to Blaley and do wheat, and it could be another 2 weeks before, if you went from before the rain until we get back to planting it. So I was like, that's a long way to go. We're starting to get really late then. And so I just went for the canola. I had the canola seed there. I could put that in then without the sprayer. And that's the way we went. So we'll see how it all turns out in November and December. Already got a blocked nozzle that I can see. Well, it turns out the water I ran through that end of the boom still wasn't enough. We've got a few that aren't working. There we go, that's better. Looking good. And I'm pretty sure I said at the start of this video that we are expecting pretty much rain every day this week. And so far we've been getting it. You saw it yesterday, another 4.5 mil overnight. We've got to get this done before this insecticide out and snail bait spread on the canola before it starts to come up out the ground. So the pressure's on. We're going to be going out in really not ideal conditions. If I can get out there this afternoon, I will, but it's not going to do anything for our compaction or anything for our germination wherever the sprayer drives. But that's just the situation that I've put myself in, so I've got to deal with it, and we're just going to push hard and get the job done. Nothing's perfect. We're better off to protect everything that we can, and if we lose a bit on our wheel tracks, it is what it is. We have another front coming through tomorrow, so I think they're saying 1 to 5 mil. I've heard reports of maybe 5 to 10 even up in the Flinders Ranges in mid-north, but we'll wait and see how that one comes through. Then we've got a day, and then we've got more rain again on the weekend, and I'm not going to curse the rain. I'm very, very pleased to see it, so we'll graciously accept all of it. While we're pumping a bit of fuel, let's have a look how we are looking out in the paddock at the moment. I don't know what tomorrow holds, so I think we're going to just have to go for it at the moment, honestly. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. 35 mil over the last 5 days. The bulk of it came on the weekend, so it should have soaked away. It's just that, yeah, cool, damp weather, drizzly rain, keeping the top wet, but she feels alright underfoot. It's fairly sturdy still. Might just pick up a bit of mud here and there. I think we'll get that sprayer filled up and get out and get a tank full of insecticide done. And that's one job off the list then. I reckon Stacey's going to try and help Dad move out to Blaley. We're going to get stuck into some weed out there hopefully tomorrow, maybe, to see how much it rains, but that's the plan. Keep pushing forth. Keep pushing forth, is that right? Can I say that? Or keep pushing forward? Whatever. After we had the rain on the weekend, I was telling everyone that we had 30 mil, and then I double checked it and I went, oh no, we've had 28. And then I added 4.5 mil from last night and like yesterday afternoon, and I came up with 34.5, so we must have had 30. I don't know what's going on there. We are going for it. It's not too bad out here actually. Up the top in the real heavy dirt, it's not great, but that's to be expected. The sheep camp up there too, and it's a bit bare, but one of the biggest giveaways with how sticky it is how much mud's flicking up on the boom down there. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's not really a lot, so that's good news. Maybe over this side's a bit easier. Not really much mud flicking on that boom, so yeah. Sun's just poking out before it says goodbye over the horizon there. We could have done with just a hair more of that today, would have just dried up that top a little bit more for me, but take what we got. Looks like they've fairly well taught tomorrow's rain off, so I probably could have held off. It needs to be done nonetheless, but yeah, they're sort of back to the chance of only a millimetre or two there by the looks of it. It's mainly in the morning, and then we should have a dry day after that, maybe a dry day and a half to get the rest of this job done. There is some beautiful colours as that sun is going down. What a relief it is to have this thing running again. It's been a very stressful 5 days, a lot of phone calls, talking to a lot of people, trying to have contractors sort of at the ready to go in case we needed them, and yeah, it's just a bad situation, guys, and it looks like Flinders Machinery will be out tomorrow to fully quote the full repair on this thing, and I'm just disgusted with myself, honestly, but things happen. It is what it is. It's yeah, it'll be nice to get this week out of the way and have this canola taken care of, and having this thing up and running again will be really good. And it's important to remember, whatever crappy situation you're going through in your life, it doesn't last forever. It will pass, and just like this here, what I've done to myself here, it will pass, and it'll be a lesson learned. I tell you, I have PTSD every time I drive down the driveway with this thing now. It doesn't even matter if I know I folded the boom down, I still freak out and look behind and make sure, all the way up to the side, and make sure she's all folded down. But with all that being said, guys, while I've got a bit of light here, I'll just sign out now for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, we really do appreciate it. Thank you to Market Check for sponsoring the channel. If you need any help with your grain marketing, head over and check them out. All their details will be listed below as always. And that's all I got for you. You guys have yourselves a good one. Until next time, see ya.